Larry Hausner here, the author of Save Baseball, a prescription for the major leagues. Hey, it's holiday time. You can pick up my book anywhere online. Grab yourself a copy, order one up as a Christmas gift as well. Well, once again, I'm coming to you from, can you guess the ballpark behind me? Little construction going on this week at Truist Park in Atlanta, home of the Atlanta Braves. What an amazing ballpark. They're doing some remodeling a little bit around here, and it's looking to look great, as it always does. So, two teams that we hear a lot about during the Hot Stove League, seemingly every year, are making headlines again. These two teams, once in a while, they'll sign a notable free agent, but you know what? Typically, they don't. And it's interesting during the Hot Stove League, which of course that's in full swing right now. We seemingly hear the same teams every single year. And it's not surprising to hear the Mets, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Padres. But some of these teams, they just have no chance of signing some of the upper echelon free agent talent. One of those two teams we're going to talk about now actually has recently made a pretty big splash in the free agent market, the San Francisco Giants. The other team I want to talk about today, the Toronto Blue Jays. So, first of all, kudos to the Giants. Nice job. They signed Willie Adames to a 7 year, we're all sitting down to hear this number, $182 million contract. So, with Adames now in their lineup, San Francisco has one of the best left sides of the infield in the majors. So definitely tightening up that part of their lineup significantly. Remember, they signed third baseman Matt Chapman to a 6 year, $151 million extension. That came in September. That's a pretty good duo. I mean, they're going to really work well together on that left side of the infield. So Adames, outstanding season in 2024. He hit 251, 32 homers, and 112 RBIs. Those are pretty solid numbers. But let's get real for a second. As of today, the Giants are still the third best team in their division on a good day, even with the recent signing of Adames. However, well, they might not be done. It's still early. It's not the first of the year yet. And I think if you're a Giants fan, put your trust and faith in their new VP of baseball ops. He was the one that orchestrated that recent signing. And of course, I'm talking about their former star catcher, Giants legend, Buster Posey. From what I understand, Posey seems like a straight shooter, no nonsense, and a really good baseball guy. Can't say that about everybody just because they played the game, but certainly Posey is well respected in the game. So it's early, and they may make some additional moves. He might have something else up his sleeve, but as of today, they're basically battling the Arizona Diamondbacks for the third best record in the NL West, behind the Dodgers and the Padres, which means, well, they're realistically right now shooting for a wild card spot. And that's their best hope, unless, they make some more significant moves. I guess the idea is just to get in the tournament, if you will, and see where it takes you. But again, Posey might land a frontline starter like Corbin Burnes to replace the loss of Blake Snell, who signed with their hated rival, the Dodgers. I'm sure there are numerous pitchers who are still out there that would be interested in signing with the Giants with that phenomenal left side of the infield. Man, it's a pitcher's park, so stay tuned. Let's shift gears here. Let's talk about the Blue Jays. It seems every single year they are making headlines about top free agents that they are in the running for. We don't hear that from, I don't know, the Pittsburgh Pirates or even the Rays in Tampa Bay. We just don't hear that from some teams that you think, hey, maybe once in a while we'd hear that they're signing somebody or at least in the market for them. But The Jays, let's get real. Come on, you had no chance ever of signing Juan Soto. Just like you had no chance of signing Shohei Ohtani last year. So basically, you were used. That's right. 2 years in a row for the number one free agent. Your franchise was used as a bargaining chip to drive up the value for both of those stars who were never going to sign with your team. Sorry, Blue Jays fans. The Jays finished this last year in last place in the AL East, and they're in the process of bidding adieu to some of their well-known stars like Vlad Jr. I mean, they're positioned to be on their way out. Meanwhile, the poor Jays fans, I feel for you. You have your incredibly loyal fans. There's no doubt about it. But again, you're kind of teased that your team is in the running for Juan Soto this year and Shohei last year. So I think you were played in believing that your team would have an opportunity to sign them. And remember last year with Shohei, the rumors he was flying into town to sign that deal with the Jays? It was all fake news. And you just basically had no chance to sign him as well. There's no way somebody of that magnitude is going to sign with the Blue Jays and go to Toronto and pay an exorbitant Canadian tax, um, you know, increase from the states. There's no way they're going to do it, and they're not going to go to a last place team. But not all hope is lost, Blue Jay fans. Doesn't mean you can't compete. I suggest the Blue Jays should stay in your lane. What I mean is stop going after or pretending to going after the number one free agent every single year. Stop wasting our time. It's smoke and mirrors. It's just not real. And it's unfair to that fan base, as I mentioned. You're telling them, hey, we're going after these guys when in fact you've got no prayer of signing them. So where does that leave the Blue Jays? Well, the Blue Jays, well, you can make trades, leverage that talent. And you also made a pretty good deal, picking up second baseman Andres Jimenez as part of that deal with Cleveland in exchange for Spencer Horwitz. That's staying in your lane. You can also sign free agents who are quality players that are going to make a difference. Just not Juan Soto and Shohei Ohtani, just not the top tier free agents. So no way you should be pursuing those any longer. Let me know your thoughts on these two teams. Don't have to be a Giants fan, a Blue Jays fan to weigh in. Baseball fans like me are intrigued by how fans or how teams communicate to their fan base what they're really interested in, who they're going for. And there's others that just don't really make a big splash. And next thing you know, they make a great deal or sign somebody. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Like, comment, please subscribe, and always share. As always, for the love of the game, I'm Larry Hausner.